Interested in making your own mosaic? This is the right channel for you. Hi, my name is Marisela. Here you will find tutorials for beginner to intermediate learners that want to dive into the world of mosaics. Today we're going to be working on this particular one. And if you follow the previous tutorial, you might have most of the materials used. If not, don't worry. There is a complete list of the materials needed for this project in the description below. Also, I'm including a PDF file that you can download to transfer the design onto the substrate and follow along. What sets this mosaic apart from the previous one is that we are going to add a background. This is made with stained glass, and we will be cutting these pieces with this tool. It's called the weld nippers. So if you're ready, gather all your material and let's start. Give the ceramic and glass tiles a quick rinse and pat them dry to ensure they are ready to use. To prepare the substrate, score the wood diagonally in one direction using a utility knife, then repeat in the opposite direction to form a crisscross pattern. Lightly sand the surface with fine grit sandpaper to remove any remaining loose particles. To create a sealant, combine WeldBond adhesive with water. By the way, these wash bottles are great to pour the right amount of water. Find them in the description below. They come very handy. Using a brush, apply a thin, even coat across the surface. Allow it to dry for about an hour, or use a blow dryer to accelerate the drying process. One coat of this mixture is sufficient. Print out the template provided with the tutorial and cut along the edges to prepare it for transfer. After the sealant has fully dried, you can transfer your design to the substrate by positioning a sheet of carbon paper between the design template and the substrate. Then trace the outline of your design. This will be your guide for arranging the tiles. Begin by measuring the sides of the substrate and cutting the ball chain to the right lengths. Apply E6000 adhesive along the border. Then carefully position the ball chain along the edge. If you didn't cut the ball chain exactly to the right size, add more individual balls or remove them as needed. Gather all your materials: ceramic tiles, glass tiles, WeldBond, small brushes, a bowl, water, and a paper towel. Using the template as your guide, proceed to glue the ceramic tiles by applying a thin, even layer of WeldBond to the substrate or directly to the tiles. Choose whatever works best for you. Just make sure the entire underside of each tile is coated with adhesive. Use glass beads and E6000 adhesive to attach the flower stems. Position each bead individually, ensuring the string holds face sideways rather than up or down. Proceed to glue the leaves and the other flowers following the same method. If the WeldBond is drying out, I suggest you to clean the bowl. Then replenish the bowl and keep going. Now, let's add the lettering. I chose this positive affirmation as a reminder that there is only one unique version of you, and it's better to embrace your true self than to try to be a copy of someone else. I love the quote that says, "Be you, do you, love you for you." Of course, feel free to personalize it with your own phrase. In this step, we will complete the background using the stained glass tiles. The package listed includes glass pieces pre-cut into 3 shapes. You can use these as they are, placing them in different sizes to cover the empty spaces. However, for a more striking contrast between the flowers and the background, I recommend cutting the glass into smaller squares and triangles. To do this, use the wheel nippers mentioned in the materials listed below, and wear protective glasses to prevent having pieces of the glass getting into your eyes. Take a piece of glass, position the nippers where you would like to cut, and gently press to split the glass. It's a simple process that doesn't require much force. We will be creating smaller squares, triangles, and rectangles to fill in the remaining gaps in the design. I recommend cutting several pieces at once and then gluing them onto the substrate with WeldBond, just as you did with the other tiles. Make sure you leave some spaces in between the glass tiles. Start by filling in the bigger spaces, and then with the help of a fine brush, apply adhesive in the smaller areas and custom cut the tiles for those little corners. Once the entire background is complete, allow it to dry overnight. The package includes ceramic leaf tiles. For this project, we will use only 3 of them, although the package contains many more. The extra tiles can be saved for a future project that I will be posting soon. However, if you prefer not to purchase the leaves at this time, you can substitute them with the green tiles used for the flower petals as demonstrated here. Before grouting, protect the edges and the back of the substrate by covering them with painter's tape. we are ready to apply the grout. You'll need the pre-mixed grout listed in the materials, and also you'll need a container of clean water, a sponge, a soft cloth or rag, and a spatula. Begin by taking a small amount of pre-mixed grout and spreading it evenly over the tiles. Ensure all gaps between them are completely filled. You can use a spatula or your fingers for this step. Be sure to cover the size of the design as well. To make your life easier with cleaning the grout, remove the excess of it as much as possible with your fingers or spatula. This process can be very messy, so I suggest you to clean the tools right away while you let the grout set for about 10 minutes. The last step is to clean the grout. Next, dip a sponge in water and squeeze out as much water as possible. Gently wipe the tile surface to remove excess grout using soft circular motions. Rinse the sponge often and continue wiping until the tiles are clean. Use a toothpick or a pointy tool to remove grout stuck in small areas. You'll find it easier to clean grout of ceramic tiles than stained glass tiles. This process should take about 15 to 20 minutes to clean all the background tiles. So take your time and be patient. For a final touch, alternate between damp sponge and a soft rag to buff away any remaining grout residue. Once done, let the grout cure for about 24 hours. Here is an important tip. Avoid pouring the water you use to rinse the sponge down household drains because it can clog your pipes. Instead, let the water settle for a day or two and then pour off the clean water onto dirt or an outdoor surface and dispose of the remaining grout residue with a paper towel in the trash. Don't forget to add a signature on the back of your masterpiece. And this is it. Your beautiful mosaic is complete. Thank you so much for watching the tutorial all the way to the end. I hope you were able to make your own mosaic. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to make a mosaic on a rock. If you're interested, stay tuned. And in the meantime, have a colorful day.